this is Beth Goring, your Kinesiology 201 instructor, and I just wanted to go over the syllabus with you. So once you've logged in to desiretolearn.4cd.edu and you log in using your WebAdvisor username and password, you can go into course materials, content, and then into course information, and you can bring up our syllabus. So when you bring up our syllabus, you can go ahead and download it to your computer. That way you never have to search for it again. I went ahead and downloaded it already, and so here it is. So I just wanted to go through this. So again, here's our syllabus. This is what the expectations of the course are. My name is Professor Beth Goring, and you can see my educational background. My office is GA70, and my phone number is 510-215-4966. And my email is bgoring@contracosta.edu. I have office hours, but it's by arrangement. So if you just contact me, my schedule changes every single week, and we will find a time to where we can meet in a very short period of time. We will meet, as quick as we can. Emailing me is the best way to contact me because I carry my phone with me all the time, and so if you email me at this address, I can immediately respond to you within a few hours. If you email through the D2L course shell, then the response time is a lot slower. So please use this email to contact me. We have specific important dates. Last day to add is the 9th. First day to drop is the 1st. Last day to drop with no W is the 17th. Last day to drop with a W is May 5th. Last day to drop with a refund is the 14th of March. So be aware of these important dates. Again, we're at desiretolearn.4cd.edu, and you use your WebAdvisor username and password, or your Insight Portal username and password in order to log in. The course description, I won't read it. You can read it yourself, but we're going to have a fun time this semester talking about at least 75 muscle pairs and what kind of actions they produce, what muscles are involved, and what skeletal joints are involved. Our objectives are that you're going to understand the structure, function, and physiology of skeletal muscle, that you're going to understand basic anatomy, you're going to understand biomechanics, and all different types of kinesiological, sociological, and psychological or sociological development throughout the lifespan. All right, we have some specific outcomes that we're looking for. We're looking to teach you skeletal anatomy, structure and function, and biomechanics. We're using a textbook. It's called Manual of Structural Kinesiology, and it's actually edition number 19. But if you have an older edition, that is fine. There's no problem with that. Because muscle names and bone names and ligaments and movement, it doesn't ever change. So if you're using an earlier edition, just make sure that the table of contents and what order the chapters are presented are the same as in the 19th edition. Okay. Course expectations, you need to stay on schedule. I have some due dates for you further down in the syllabus, but try to stay on schedule, and that way you won't fall behind and you'll be more successful in the class. You need to read the chapters, review the PowerPoint lectures, and you listen to the chapter lectures. And again, I went over exactly how those are designed in how our course is set up in Desire to Learn. So go back and review that video if you have any questions about how to view the audio lectures, and PowerPoint voiceover lectures. I also showed you in that other video about the different fun activities we have, where you can do crossword puzzles that have to do with kinesiological information chapter by chapter. There are flashcards that you can use. There's the Get Body Smart animation, where it's really nice, this interactive, where you can guess what a muscle is, and then you push a button and it tells you whether you're right or wrong. And those are really good tools to use Because a lot of what we're doing now is we have to memorize structure. We have to memorize motion and action. So use those fun tools to help you with your how I'm grading you is 50% of your grade is based on the chapter exams. 25% of your grade is based on skill demonstrations and discussions surrounding different kinesiological structures and dysfunction. And then 25% of your grade is based on a research project, which is a cumulative report that shows me that you've gained knowledge in all the different areas. So this is how you're going to be graded. The grading scale is traditional, 90 to 100% A, 80 to 89% B, 70 to 79% C, 60 to 69% D, and then below 60% in F. I am more than happy to provide any kind of service that you request. If you are a part of our DSPS program, in order for me to do that, you need to get me the paperwork from DSPS that tells me exactly what your needs are, and then I will be 100% at your service to provide whatever it is you need. When you're doing your research project, I'm going to come back up here. I have two different options that you can do. And you can see here, it's due May 23rd. And the option one is that you're going to choose a kinesiological topic of interest to you. So you may choose some kind of specific injury. I know a lot of baseball players, when they take this class, they like to research Tommy John's surgery. So maybe that's interesting to you. If you are in a different sport, maybe football players, they like to research concussions and the long-term effects of concussions. And so those are valid topics, valid kinesiological topics. And so you'll just pick any topic you want that's of interest to you. It could be in any joint. It could be any type of surgery. Maybe a relative just had a hip replacement and you don't really quite understand what happened, so you can do a research project on hip replacement. Or they had a knee replacement, so you can research what is that all about. And so again, all of that has to do with kinesiology. So you're going to find a minimum of 3 articles, and the articles that you want to use are .edu, so educational websites are good, government websites are good. You want to try to stay away from the .org, the .org, because those typically are bought and paid for by the company that you're viewing, and so it's not necessarily 100% valid because they have an agenda. So choose your sources wisely. I also suggest that 3 sources may not be enough to write a 5 to 7 page paper. You may need more than 3 sources. I'm just saying you have to have a minimum of 3 sources in order to write your paper. So once you have your sources, you're going to read, summarize, and critically analyze your topic, and you're going to synthesize it into a 5 to 7 page paper. It's going to be typed, double-spaced, and you're going to also provide a works cited page or a bibliography, and you're going to use some kind of referencing style. You can use APA, you can use MLA, you can use Chicago, you can use Tiburon, you can use anthropological methods. I don't care which referencing style you use, as long as you pick one and then use it correctly. Once you're done writing your report, providing your works cited page, and providing in-text referencing for every single source that's in your works cited page, they must show up in text. You must introduce them in text. And you're going to submit it in the research paper Dropbox in D2L. And I did show you how to do that in the other video that was called How Our Course is Set Up in D2L. The other option for your research project is to actually analyze one of the pictures that I have uploaded for you. And for instance, you could take your textbook and you could choose to analyze one of the positions that the ballerina is in. So you would start at the toes and you would talk about every single joint from the toes all the way up. Well, the hand in the book is far higher than the head, but you talk about every single joint all the way up to the top of the head in terms of what position it's in, what muscles are contracting in order to keep that limb or that body in that position. If you have a different picture that you would prefer to analyze, then that's fine too. You just have to upload the picture that you used along with your research project. Up here, you can do gait analysis for this research project up here, or you could, as another example. Once you turn in your paper, we have what's called Turnitin analysis. So it automatically, once you submit, it automatically goes through your research paper and it gives you a percentage of originality. Now it's kind of misleading because what you're going to want is a lower percent, meaning that that the amount of work that you took from other people is low, that you actually synthesized this and referenced it correctly yourself. And so it automatically does that. So once you turn it in, it takes about, I don't know, maybe 24 to 48 hours to get your score. Once you get your score, if you're 14%, 25%, 30% is your score for the originality, then that's fine. That's fine. If your score is 75% or something like that, then you probably want to rework your paper and resubmit it again and see if you can't modify it to where that percentage comes down. And when you do that, you want to go ahead and turn your paper in ahead of time so you have some time to rework it if necessary. And then I will only grade your last submission. So I'll only grade the best possible paper that you turned in. Okay, what else? When you submit your projects, you need to submit them in rich text format. Rich text format. If you do rich text format, if you do PDF, if you do a Word doc, my computers can open up all of those three file types. If you do it in WPS, or if you do it in Pages, my computers cannot open it. And so if I can't open your paper, I can't grade it. So I'll just send you an email saying you need to resubmit this in a format that I can actually read. So please submit them in rich text format is the best because any computer program can open that. Next case scenario is a Word doc, and then last a PDF. All right. Down here, I also talk about video instructions and video exam because I did give you a visual of how to take those video exams. It's on the how our course is set up in D2L. But here's some written instructions, and that you're going to open up the quiz, that you're going to find where it has the movement code. You're going to right click on the number itself, and you're going to open in a new window. That way you can see both the test question and the video playing at the same time. You're going to answer the question, you're going to close the window, and you move on to the next question, and then you just continually repeat these. Now we have a schedule. We only have 12 weeks for our class, and here's our schedule. So we have to move through this kind of quickly, but the good news is that we have 13 weeks and we have 13 chapters, but we also have gait analysis and postural analysis, which I stuck in there with me. And I think it's very, very important that you understand postural alignment and gait analysis to really get an overall picture of what kinesiology has to offer. So we have which weeks we're going to be doing which chapters, and then we also have approximate due dates. So your syllabus quiz is due immediately by March 24th. Chapters 1 through 4 exams and responding to one discussion board is required. So there's the due date. Here's the next due date, April 28th. Here's the next due date, May 5th. Here's the next due date, May 20, and then your final research paper is due on May 23rd. Excuse me. So there's your deadlines. All of the exams are going to be open, remain open for the entire semester. These are deadlines to help keep you moving through the material at the appropriate pace to finish on time and be successful. You need to become active and participating in D2L by March 16th, which means that you have to complete the orientation or / syllabus quiz, and that's proof of participation. If you haven't done that by the 16th, then I will drop you from the class because I'm assuming that you're not interested. And March 16th, I picked that date because here, March 17th, is where you can drop with a no W. Now, the problem is that you drop with a no W, but you don't get a refund. So if you're not ready to participate, then you need to drop before the 14th so you can get your refund. All right. Of course, cheating plagiarism is unacceptable under no circumstances. We do have campus-wide tutoring, and I talked about that in the other video. We also have the net tutoring, online tutoring, where you click on that link from our website. And we have Chat with a Librarian, and that's also a link on our main website. So I hope this helps explain what's expected. And if you have any questions, please email me at bgoring.edu. Contra Costa.edu.